This morning on Daybreak, City Utilities wants your input as they look to plan the city's future energy needs.
And a bill that would allow elective courses on the Bible in Missouri public schools has officially passed.
Plus, you can get a good deal for a good cause while preparing your family's wardrobe for the spring. We'll have all that coming for you and more this morning on Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. It's Thursday, March 28th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
I'm Joe Moreno. A lot to get to in these 2 hours. First off, a big shout out. Drury Lady Panthers falling short in the national semifinals yesterday, losing to Lubbock Christian. Incredible year, though.
Yeah, they had a really good run, so still super proud of them. We know everyone here is.
That's right. 35-1 is how you finish, so not too bad, and a lot to build on as well. Elisa, I know you were pretty impressed with that stretch of 35 straight wins, right?
Amazing. Undefeated until the very end. I mean, that's incredible.
They'll be back. They always are, so that's always something to look forward to. And, of course, we have the Lady Bears in the Sweet 16 this weekend.
Yep, absolutely. We're also looking forward to some beautiful weather. Yesterday, as promised, but that's going to continue today, right?
At least the temperatures will.
Okay.
Maybe not as much sunshine, right? We'll have some increasing clouds,
but
the temperatures will be warm again today. We're starting out with clouds and temperatures really warm for a morning in March. It's in the 50s, 53 degrees in Springfield with southerly winds at 13 miles per hour. We've got a couple of showers that we had overnight have passed to the east. Not really seeing too much in the way of rain this morning. A few clouds and mostly dry conditions. Temperatures are much warmer this morning by about 10 to 15 degrees warmer. It's 53 in Springfield, 54 in Branson, and 53 in Harrison. So temperatures, again, already starting out very warm. We've got steady south winds, and that's what's helping keep us pretty warm out there this morning. So we've got dry conditions through the afternoon for the most part. A few spotty showers possible, mainly to the north. We will have breezy southerly winds again. We'll have temperatures warm around 52 at the bus stop this morning, 73 by dismissal, showers to the north, and mostly cloudy skies. We've got updates here on our severe weather risk. This is for Friday evening, right? So not today, by tomorrow evening. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes.
The future of Springfield's energy source is currently under discussion, and your opinion can make a difference. Last night, residents and city utilities talked about potentially closing coal plants around town. Color 10 spoke to local environmental protection groups who say they'd like to see Springfield completely eliminate coal plants in the near future. A Sierra Club representative says coal ash leaks into the water under the landfills and pollutes the city's water supply. Springfield is currently one of the leading cities in our state with clean energy sources, but CU says they do need to take alternatives into consideration.
Sometimes that renewable energy isn't always the most reliable, so we have to make sure we have reliable ways to back that up for times when the sun isn't shining or the wind may not be blowing. Do we find ways to look at storing that energy? Are those ways coming along? And how do we look at doing that?
If you missed last night's meeting, you can still email what you think to CU. Their email is on our website at ozarksfirst.com.
Some education coverage for you. The Missouri House has passed a bill that would allow schools to adopt Bible courses as an elective. Representative Ben Baker says these courses would be geared toward public high schools and would not be based on worship. He also says Missouri currently has a law right now that allows for religious books to be used as part of an elective, but his bill provides clarity to what is already in effect.
I think the original intention in the language was to allow full electives on any religious book that a school district should choose. And so what this bill, part of what it was doing was just clarifying the law that, we should be able to allow a full elective on the Bible for our students to look at from that perspective, from a historical perspective.
Now, if this passes the Senate and gets approved by Governor Parson, it would take effect for the 2020-21 school year.
In some other education news, Nixa has announced changes in its administration, including a new principal for the high school. Dr. David Kelly has been chosen as the head principal of Nixa High. The position was vacant after the previous principal was promoted to executive director of human resources.
You're right to know this morning a deadly crash happened involving 3 motorcycles and a car on northbound 65 near Busick State Park yesterday. The Highway Patrol says 67-year-old James Rowe from Reed Spring was killed when he was hit by a Chevy Impala that crossed the median. Another motorcyclist was hit by the car, and a third crashed when he hit debris. Those 2 and the car driver sustained serious injuries and were taken to Springfield hospitals.
A Marshfield woman is accused of abandoning her puppy in a ditch on the side of the road. The Springfield News Leader, our partner, reports 25-year-old Gwendolyn Jackson was charged Tuesday with animal abuse. A witness saw her dumping this beagle puppy near Marshfield. Officers used a picture of the car to match a license plate number. Jackson admitted to abandoning the dog, and when asked if she knew it was too young to survive on its own, she said, "Yes, I know."
Making news now, parents hoping to shop for clothes on a budget are able to check out the Just Between Friends consignment sale now.
The sale runs through Saturday with different discounts each day. Our Hannah Zettel checked it out for us. She's back this morning. Hannah.
Well, Lauren, shoppers can browse through aisles of gently used children's clothing at a reasonable price, all while supporting the Cox Foundation and Springfield's Victory Mission.
If you don't come here, you're totally missing out.
The Just Between Friends Spring Consignment Sale has shoppers browsing aisles of children's clothes.
We are actually selling new clothes, used clothes. They are all good shape.
At a fraction of the price.
Everything is such a great deal. So basically you can get the whole season for like only $100 to $150 for your children.
Consigners price the items they want to sell, and staff sort through the clothing, checking for quality and recalls.
I mean, I've never found anything that's had stains or anything.
This mom of 5 has shopped consignment sales for years, while also earning back money selling items of her own.
It was easy. I loved it. I made quite a bit of money. It was awesome. Took a lot of time, but, you know.
After filling their wagons with girls' and boys' shirts, dresses, shoes, and infant items sure to have their tots dressed to impress.
We got the cutest babies in the area.
Shoppers make their way to checkout stations.
$4.50.
To find out the grand total.
No problem.
No matter the purpose for attending.
What brings you out here today?
My wife, maybe.
We like to spend our husband's money.
I like to spend that whole paycheck here every year.
They work hard for us to buy this.
Customers walk out with unique finds at a budget-friendly price.
Boutique clothes.
Always boutique, like Mud Pie, Matilda Jane, any of that stuff.
Yeah, we found I think a Bumbo. I got some formula. Pretty good sale on that.
I mean, we save a lot of money, and buying used clothes is a lot cheaper than buying retail, so.
Each day has a different discount. Today, shoppers can score half off a pre-sale pass to find the best pieces before they're gone. The consignment sale starts daily at 9 a.m. and runs through Saturday. A percentage of proceeds, as well as clothing that is not sold, will be donated to Springfield's Victory Mission and a couple other charities.
All right, Hannah, thank you. Still ahead on Daybreak, a court rules Monsanto will pay up again for its role in causing a man's cancer.
And Lyft shares go public tomorrow. We've got the company's projected value in your Money Watch.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.